All right, bud. You ready? Let's do it. It's time for Dad's Show. What's up, everybody? Welcome to a Tuesday morning edition of Morning Scone.
Go.
Whoops, got that speaker up. Hold on, let me mute the speaker there. Scone. Drew's here, of course, smiling at me saying Scone. As always, we're presented by Boudreaux's Bloody Mary Mix, Margarita Mix, Scone, and Scones. So I would highly recommend this morning, pour a Bloody Mary and a Scone. Scone. Bye. Okay, we'll see you later, Drew. Take care. Till next time. Which will be in like 2 seconds. Hope everybody's having a good morning. Robert Gremion, Brandon Rishu, Eric Goodrich. What's up, everybody? Kevin Graham, Mark Allen, Catherine Marie, good morning. Scone, Matt Averett, Bob Kubrick, Coach Ken, good morning. Jerry Reynolds, Scone. That's funny, right? Lucas, what's up, dude? Danny, good morning. Jason Hatcher, good morning. Trivia, good morning. Jonathan Farouk, Colby Hester, what's up, everybody? Joey Painage, good to see you, man. I'm going to go ahead and hit the share button. Hopefully y'all will do the same. Shares help in a big way. Helps grow us so more people can see this in their timeline, become interested and say, hey, what is that all about? And then they'll see it and love it and then keep coming back and buy some Boudreaux's and all that good stuff. Get to your questions as always. Ed Orgeron show, or the Ed Orgeron press conference yesterday, your boy asked him about neck. Y'all hear that? Had to, man. When Scott Van Pelt goes on SportsCenter and asks, I was like, hey, you know what the hell? Bring some levity to it. And Orgeron could have, he could have just dismissed it. Yeah, I mean, he could have just said, I'm not here to talk about the band, and moved on. And I totally would have understood. You know, sometimes you take chances and you ask questions and basically to see how if people will respond. Scone. Oh. See. Dad does have a car. Yes. Sometimes you ask questions not because you're trying to be funny, just because sometimes unless if you ask those kinds of questions, you're probably not going to get a response that could create a fun moment. I'll give you an example. Was it the Alabama game in 2010 where they caught Les on the sideline eating grass? You remember that? Like the first time they ever, it was a day game, CBS. He's on the sideline and he stoops down and he eats grass. And it was the first time they ever showed that and caught him. At least I'm aware. I asked him on that next Monday. I was like, so the entire country found out that you like to eat grass. What happens when you play on artificial turf? And he laughed. The room laughed, and he said, "It does not taste nearly as good." Anyway, but it was a good moment, unless you're willing to ask that question and run the risk of being embarrassed. You're not going to get a fun moment like that. So anyway, I thought Ed was good. He was good with it, which I appreciate for sure, because he could have just dismissed me, and but he answered it. Brian Burrell, good morning. Sam Bacon, good morning. AJ Holland, day one, Weller 12 failed. I'm telling him, AJ, I mean, good luck. I appreciate you looking, sincerely. I do. I'm taking your time to even consider it a look. It's just hard to find, man. A lot of times it's just a limited release, and a lot of retailers hang on to it for either raffles or for customers that come in often. Unless you can find that retailer, just throws it up on the shelf,
Go.
Scone.
You.
You. Are you going through letters? I think you're saying UV. It's not bad. At least they're in order. It's sequential. Let's see. Robert Ellis Boudreaux, good morning. Stephen Bro, Blake Dayries, good morning. Jerry Reynolds. Matt, do you think our center will be back at work Saturday? I don't think so, Jerry. The way Ed Orgeron talked yesterday, and by the way, Cushenberry did not practice yesterday, so Cole Smith ran with the first team. It did not sound promising That's a tough spot too, man. If you're playing Tech or Southeastern or Rice, it's a little bit different, or even Ole Miss, because Ole Miss is so bad. But going on the road against Florida is tough, man. Florida, you okay, bud? You okay? Florida leads the SEC in fumble recoveries, and they are second in sacks behind only Alabama. So they've got a pretty active defensive front. The kid Polite, number 99, had an awesome day against Mississippi State. Whoa, come see. It's okay. Come here. Drew? Okay, hang on. Hang on. Hey, come see. Come see. Starting to gag a little bit. Sorry about that, y'all. Let's see. So no, I don't think Cushenberry's bad. I'll base it on this. So to his credit, Ed's been very forthcoming about injuries. When guys are hurt, they're not going to play. He says it. He said last week Saahdiq was very questionable. Didn't practice all week. Didn't play. So. If he's saying the same thing about Lloyd Cushenberry this week, when McGee got hurt in week 1, he said he'd be out 2 to 3 weeks, missed 3 weeks, and he was back last week. So I mean, he's being forthright about those sorts of things. So I don't think Cushenberry plays. That's big. I'm gonna ask Mike D on Thursday. Mike has made this point many times. And he made it in relation to, like, point spreads. But he'd always say, like, the biggest impact on a game, aside from the quarterback, if a player is missing, is the center. Because touches, it makes sense. You wouldn't think it, but he touches the ball every play, makes all the calls, set protections. Really, many respects is responsible for pressure coming right at the gut, in a quarterback's face. There's some truth there, Let's see. Good morning, Devin. Steven, bro, watching Scone on 27 hours, no sleep. Steven, why are you up for 27 hours with no sleep, dude? Like, go to bed, dog. Would you shift work or something? Man, dude. Go. Dang, man. Go take a nap, dog. This will be here later. Like, you can watch this anytime. I'm not going to delete it from the page, I promise. Sam, what's going on with Moss? Thought he'd be a big target this year. Sam, we've talked about the past few days, man. 2 things. 1, he's been a little injured. But 2, he's also just not come around the way they thought he would. Like, I think he's just not been the player they thought he was going to be. So it's not to say he can't be. He's still just, he's classified as a sophomore. So he's got 2 more years after this. Not to say he can't develop. But it's been injuries and it's been a lot of different things, and it's just not similar with Giles. He's just not been what they thought they were getting. What's up, cuz? Good to see you, Carrie Temple. Good morning. Jonathan Edio's response to the net question was awesome. I don't like some of the words. He said, "I like the tune. I don't like some of the words." I gotta say that. Jason Scott Van Pelt loves LSU neck. He does. SVP does love LSU. He's always treated great when he's here, man. Chuck Sanchez, good morning. Delicioso. Everett Himmel, good morning. Kirk Taylor, good morning. Pete Giardino, good morning. Michael Reith. How good could this defense be if Delpit and Chasson were on the field together? Yeah, man. Ed he's mentioned it a couple times. The one thing that LSU's lacking right now is a pass rush, and they're kind of having to get creative in fabricating a pass rush. Boy, I'd love to see Chasson out there this week. Because Frank's is a statue. You. The letter U. Likes the letter U. Ian, what's up, dude? Good morning. Everett said no Weller 12 in Houston. I'm sure they have it somewhere in Houston, but yeah, it's going to be hard to find, man. Sean Walsh, do you know any details on that Ingram's arrest or suspension? Meaning, was it full-on assault or... So, Sean, I don't want to get too detailed into it, but I mean, I know more of the story that's been reported. I'm not really comfortable talking about it. I think you probably appreciate that. The fact that LSU is supporting him like they are, given the spectrum of what the accusation could be, right? When you look at what he's charged with, well, there's a big, wide spectrum of what that can be. And if it were way over here on the bad side, hard to imagine he'd still be around. You know what I mean? Sometimes there are things that legally sound heinous, but when you like with legal jargon, but when you say, "Well, here's what happened," you go, "Oh, yeah, that's dumb." But I mean, I definitely wouldn't do that again. But that's what that's one of those types of things. I mean, and I don't want to. At least the explanation I've been given. Again, I feel it's a legal matter. I don't want to talk out of turn on it and all that sort of stuff. I think you probably appreciate that. But the point is with that Ingram, like, that's why I think they're confident that he'll be back at some point. It was similar with Jeremy Hill. Like, not cold cocking the guy at the bar, but like you. But like the accusation at Redemptrist, like when you heard the whole story, it was like, really? That anyway. Anyway. Tell your kids to be smart, y'all. Anyway. Troy Fusillade, Petey Kern, VK Jones, what's up, dude? Craig Schilling, good morning. Wayne Ferguson, what's up? Mike Sylvester, Steven Johnson, good morning. Stephen Bro said, been at work all day and called out late last night. Oh, golly. Long day, man. Good on you, man. Get you some rest. Jerry said, thanks, Matt, for the info. You said about Florida's defense. That's what they said about Auburn's defense. We took care of business pretty much. Jerry, the thing is, LSU didn't. Essentially LSU against Auburn. But again, this is how what LSU did against Auburn is how they have to win games. First score was a short field after the Delta pick, 35 yards. The only other touchdown LSU scored in the game was the deep ball over the middle to Derek Dillon that he split two guys and just sprinted to the end zone, 71-yarder. I mean, LSU didn't put together a drive against Auburn. And the game-winning field goal, they had two 15-yard penalties for PI, which basically put them in position to kick the field goal. So my point is, and remember, like the offensive line was having issues at that point. In that game, they gave up a sack, 7 tackles for loss, and 5 quarterback hurries. Like you forget, like, from the first touchdown until the fourth quarter, there wasn't a whole lot of good. I mean, remember, like, there was a stretch where Burrow was like 1 of 16 or whatever it was during that. I forget what the exact number was, but remember, like, there was that long stretch where he like wasn't completing wasn't moving the ball. Auburn scored on 3 of 4 possessions. It was like again, I say this often, man, winning mass deficiency. So you forget kind of how that game went. You know, without Dillon's pick and the short field score, without Delpit's pick, without Dillon's catch and run. I mean, and you made those plays. So I'm not saying you don't. It's not like you negate them. Like, you made the plays because you got dudes that went and made plays. So you hope that happens again. But as far as like trying to put together a 7, 9, 10 play drive where you drive the length of the field and score, LSU didn't do that against Auburn. It's going to be tough this week too. So let's hope like the offense in this month has made more of a progression and they're more comfortable and confident in what they have, and they go make some plays. Mo Hubble, good morning. Let's see. Randy Dabdoob? Dabdoob? Dabadoob. Dabadoob. Bless you. Good morning, Randy. Bless you. What's up, Matt, Mr. Cali High? LSU's 5-0. Can you believe that? Nope. And it's not Cali High. It's Calic High. Callichigh. Calic High. Calic High. Drew loves it, too. I got my shirt on. And I got a hat on. Calic High. All right, we'll see you later, Drew. Travis McGraw, what's up, dude? Ryan Broussard, Charlie Cavell, Marcus Lee. I see Ed Ingram walking by himself outside of the game in his LSU gear. He's still around? Yeah. Let's see. Hong Tam Nguyen, good morning. By the way, you can't spell alcoholic without Catholic because saw wine bottles on the table. Wine bottles on these aren't wine bottles. Those are that's Boudreaux's Bloody Mary mix and margarita mix. Come on now. So go buy some at Alexander's, at Calandro's, at Calvin's, at Mid-City Craft Wine and Brew, at Canada's down in Homa, or online, boudreauxmix.com. Boudreauxmix.com. Chase Malonson said, Scone. Could this be the first year since 2011 we actually put these guys and the game away early? Florida? I hope so, man. So Florida was one of the games before the season I picked LSU to lose. Going to Gainesville back-to-back years is tough. The other part of it, too, is Dan Mullen at State schemed really well against LSU. I don't think Felipe Franks is a great quarterback. As we're seeing also, Nick Fitzgerald is not a great passing quarterback, but a great day against LSU last year because Dan Mullen knew how to scheme against him. Something that Orgeron talked about yesterday. He's like, they're going back and watching Mississippi State film as they game plan for this game to look at different stuff Dan Mullen does. Because he's good, man. He's a really good offensive coach. And the flip side, I think we talked about this yesterday too, is Todd Grantham. And I asked Ed Orgeron about Grantham yesterday too, because I really think that that's significant. That nobody's going to talk about. It's been a rarity that an opposing defensive coordinator is just really confused LSU and just kind of had their number. I'm not talking about just like Alabama overwhelming LSU's power offense, but Dad's car. But Grantham's one of those. He's had a lot of success against LSU, so that's a big challenge for Ensminger this week. Hi. Does Drewby wear the hat? Hat? Or does Daddy wear the hat? You want to say hi to everybody? Can you say hi? Say hi. What? Look at all the little hearts. Everybody was waiting for you to come in here. They don't care about me. They just wanted you to come in. Look at all the hearts. You see all those hearts on the screen? That's all for you. They love you. People love you, bud. A lot of people pray for you. They love you.
Mama.
You're going to go in Momo's car on Friday. You go in Momo's car on Friday. You want to answer some questions for some people? What's up, boys? Good to see you. Mama. Say hi, boys. Hi, boys.
Mama car.
You're going to go in Momo's car on Friday. Joe in Germany. What's up, Joe? What are you putting your feet on the desk? What are you doing? Mama's car? Clap hands for Mama's car. Mama's car. Look at all the hearts still going for you. See that? Everybody loves you, Drew. Lots of people love you, Buddy Bear. Lots of people love you, Buddy Bear. Okay, well, we'll see you later then. Have a good day. Mama does have a car. Yep, she does. That's his new obsession now. Everybody's car. Mama's car, Daddy's car, Roro's car, Papa's car, Mimi's car, everybody's car. That's very nice, y'all. All those little hearts. Thank y'all. Let's see. Robert Ellis Boudreaux. Coach O apparently just said Cush is good for Saturday on off the bench. Oh, good. Good. You need to go listen. Lord knows he wouldn't say it on AFR. I hope so. That'd be huge if Cushenberry plays. That's just massive. I hope that's true. I hope he does play, man. I was surprised yesterday to hear him say he's very questionable. Bobby said Jacob Phillips and Greedy were absent from practice. I don't think it. So it's a very good question. I'm glad you brought that up, Bobby. Ed on Mondays does no pad, just walkthroughs, and it's his way of keeping his teams fresh. He's done it since he took over the interim. Mondays are just walkthroughs, no pads. It's a short practice indoors, just a way to keep guys fresh. And so it's not uncommon that there are guys that he just says, "Hey, take Monday off. Just stay off your feet. Just don't call." So every week there's some of those. It's just more noticeable or notable when you see names. So you see Phillips and you see Greedy miss practice. That's all it is. But those guys are fine. I like that. I like giving veteran guys a day off if they need it. Keeps morale high, keeps them fresh. Fine. I'd rather that than go through a 3-hour padded practice on Monday and wear them down. Let's see. Leroy, good morning. Micah Richards, good morning. Credits, yes. Mike Diafol miss has any defensive players to be drafted? He said nope. That's so true. We did the pregame show and I asked Mike D, I was like, because we go through the scouting report with Mike Detillier on Eagle 98.1 game day. So he basically he looks at the opposing team. Don't you do it? And he'll give draft grades for the opposing, like who to watch. And so I was like, we went through all the offensive guys at Ole Miss, and I was like, Mike, does Ole Miss have anybody on defense that has a draftable grade? Nope. And that was it. You. I laugh because Mike is not one to normally give pithy answers. Ryan, did I miss the update on Cushenberry? Well, apparently there's a second update on Cushenberry. Someone just said that Orgeron went off the bench and said he's going to be good to go. So I don't know that I didn't hear it. Obviously, I'm doing this, but I'll go back and listen as soon as we wrap up. Troy said LSU fans don't want to hear it. Given the deficiencies on O-line, pound the rock, quiet the crowd, play D. Troy, that's probably a good solution. That's what Les did all those years. I just don't think that's what Ensminger's going to do. I mean, Ensminger is going to go run his offense. What you want, bud? Clap hands for Mama's car. Mama's car drives very far. You're leaving already? Okay, he gone again. He gone. What's up, Pops? Good to see you. Not at Albertsons. Oh, dude. Rusty Abear, good morning. Anthony, good morning. See, Jerry said Florida's running game is not all that great to throw the ball. It'll be a good game. I think it'll be a good game, too. Vegas has LSU about a field goal favorite. I think it's about right. Florida got their offense on track against Tennessee. They had a nice road win last week. They're capable of scoring in bunches, and Dan Mullen knows LSU's personnel. Certainly, we'll see. But I think I do think that it's probably about right. A close game. I think you're probably in a low 20s, upper teens game. It's not going to be a super fun game, but I think that's Florida. I don't think if LSU starts cranking offensive, I don't think Florida can match LSU score for score. I don't think that's a game they want to play. I think they need the Muschamp hammer and the nail game. They need the 12-6 game. I don't think they would get a 12-6 game, but that's what they need. Is the pregame show from the Tracy's Bar for the Arkansas game a done deal? Steven, it's all verbally agreed upon. The only thing we haven't done is just physically book plane tickets and hotels, and you had our production meetings for how we're going to set up and everything. But Gory's on board. I'm on board. Mr. Tracy's on board. I would say the one other thing potentially is the kick time. They kick off against Arkansas at 11 Central. That's 9 a.m. Pacific kick, which means we'd be on at 4 a.m. Pacific. Hey, what was that all about? What you doing, bud? Does Daddy need to vent your belly? You okay? Can y'all hang on a second? Hang on a second. Come see. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Come see Daddy. Come see Daddy. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's good. Sorry about that, y'all. My dad challenges are different than most. I had to vent Drew's stomach, so explains he's got the feeding tube. So like, he doesn't really burp, and so if he's having like he's gagging a little bit, like I have to like empty air out of his belly through a tube. So you hook this tube up into his extension, and it'll like basically suck air, kind of like a funnel out of his stomach. So that's what I had to go do. Not that any of you needed to know that, but let's see. Nick Fitzgerald's Wayne Matkin too. Dude, Wayne Matkin looked like Chris Rock. Y'all remember that guy? God, I remember the '99 game where he completely did not score, and they gave him the touchdown down at the 1 yard line. And that was the one time that Mississippi State beat LSU in 18 years. Anthony, what's up, peeps? On overtime at work, waiting to clock out. Nothing like spending my meal period watching morning Scone. Thank you, dude. Appreciate that, Anthony. Good on you, man. Hope you're doing well. Still got to get on AFR on up in North Louisiana, man. Randy Quinn, Eric Hart, good morning. That was very nice, Fashawn. Thanks, man. Brian, my kid has those pajamas. He wears those footies, man. He loves them. Trevor Satoon, good morning. No backpack for... Oh, no, Chase, the backpack was done. So, yeah. His food was over. It started a little earlier. Trivia, maybe it's just me. Florida only played one good team and lost. Mississippi State doesn't look like last year. Barely beat them. I get the rivalry. It's in the swamp. I just don't feel like it's a toss-up game. Okay. I'll tell you this much, man. Defensively, Florida's got a bunch of dudes that are going to play in the NFL. Offensively, they've got skill guys that are going to play in the NFL. They returned 4 starters on their offensive line. The issue is they don't have the engine. The Franks isn't what Mullen needs at quarterback, but don't get sideways, man. I mean, that game in 2016 in Tiger Stadium, LSU was a vastly superior team. Talent-wise, depth, had it in Tiger Stadium, and turned the ball over and kicked field goals on short fields and found a way to lose that game. So, you know, don't forget that LSU is 91st in the country in passing offense, and still at the bottom of the SEC in all those offensive categories. Man, I know people are excited. You should be, man. Team's 5-0, but I'm just saying, this isn't an LSU team right so far that's outpaced Florida. You go look statistically, and Florida's outpacing LSU. So, I understand your point, man, but we'll see. I think you're going to have a close game on Saturday. I would be surprised if either team ran away with it. Sam Dixon, Micah Richards, what's up? Roland Guitro, good morning. News about okay, so all y'all saying y'all heard it good. I'm gonna go back and listen to OTB as soon as we're done here. Jerry Hitzman, good morning. Justin Robinson, let's see. Florida won't break 20 points, and LSU will for sure. Victory. We'll see, Bruce. Okay. Josh Long, Tony from Dutchtown's on board. I didn't see him come on here. Sam Dixon, Flippy Franks. That had to be a voice text. Flippy Franks is running for his life Saturday. Devin and Grant cometh. Let's see. Drew had that reaction as you were saying about. Is that when he started getting? Oh man. You should have a voice button that says Calakai, like the one that says Todd Peterson when you say Calakai. I think we have one of those up at work. We have a Calakai button. Let's see, Kevin Nichols. Drew sharing his thoughts on the 2:30 game. I'm excited about it, man. I like 2:30 kickoffs. I know I'm in the minority. I get the desire to have the night games in Tiger Stadium. I totally get it, man. But the way my days go, just selfishly, I'd rather 2:30. Get pregame done, get to watch the game, do postgame, be done with everything, get to watch the night games, have dinner with my family. I mean, it's selfish. I'm not saying like, obviously, if you're an LSU fan, you want that game at night because night games in Tiger Stadium and all that stuff. I get it. Reese, 2:30 games are the worst thing ever. I disagree. I think things like murder and war, those sort of things are the worst thing ever. But I understand your point. Ronnie, I just broadcast you on my TV with Chromecast. Love it. Thank you, Ronnie. I got a Roku, man, but you know what? Like the other thing is, so for our station's video stream, like when the app was distributed via live stream, I had the live stream app on Roku. I could watch all our shows on my TV, but we got a new app and all, and it's gorgeous and it's way better. But it's not available on Roku yet. It is though available on Chromecast, like Apple TV, so you can cast it on your TV. But I'm looking forward to being able to do that soon. So if you don't have CST, you can watch us on your TV. You can watch AFR and Off the Bench and Hester and all. Eagle pregame show. You can watch us on Saturdays on your TVs. Charlie said need AFR North Louisiana. Charlie, I'm pushing for it, man. I would love so Hester's show. A lot of people don't know this, but Hester does a Shreveport show as well. I would love for AFR and Hester to go on in Shreveport. They have a show on that station in the 5 o'clock hour, so they may only be able to take, like, if this happened, I mean, this is all hypothetical, like 3 to 5 of AFR. But I'd take it. Jay says Hobo can get them fired up, not lay a dud in the swamp. I think they'll be fired up, man, but I think Florida will be too. And Florida's got dudes, man. That's the thing. Like, when you look at Ole Miss doesn't have the players to beat LSU. You look at Arkansas, they do not have the players to beat LSU. Florida does. Like, they've got the athletes that if their game plan comes together and they play well, I mean, they can win that game. You know, it's no different than like the shoe is today. The shoe is on the other foot today from like the LSU Auburn game. Like, Auburn was a better team than LSU at the time, more established quarterback, good defensive talent. They're at home, all that stuff. But LSU's got dudes that can go play in the NFL. It's like if you don't play your best game and you turn it over, and LSU comes in and they're sharp. Like, LSU didn't turn it over. They made their kicks. That they were efficient. They didn't commit penalties. Like, all of those things tipped the balance in favor of LSU and they won the game. The same thing could happen this weekend. But remember, LSU was a 10-point dog at Auburn. They're 3-point favorites. It's a smaller margin. Anyway. Derek said on Clay Travis's Outkick the coverage, they put a mashup of Coach O and Pat Mahomes together. Hilarious. Crazy how much they sound like. I've never even heard that, Derek. I'll go look it up, though. Jay, what's up? Jerry Reynolds, Coach O You just tell Greedy Williams stop socializing with other coaches on the other team. I think Florida would be 3-2 with LSU schedule. Just my 2 cents. I mean, I disagree, Sam. I think Miami is not good. They're certainly not a top 10 team, which is in part why I picked LSU to win that game. And Auburn's pacing to have their worst rushing offense in the Malzahn era. So, in part, when wins happen, sometimes they look really good. As the season plays out, you go, eh. And then the flip side of it is sometimes you don't think much of a win, but as the season plays out, you go, man, that ended up being a really good team. So, I think there's some of that, for sure, with both those teams. Kirk Hook, the team is drinking water. Yeah, they'll be fine on that end, man. They got so much technology to keep them hydrated. Alex Wright, good morning from Denver. Yeah, man. Rami Kasem. When you asked Coach O yesterday at the bench to play neck, I felt like he wanted to say hell yeah so bad. Oh, man. That's funny. Flippy is easier to spell. He flipped from us last let's see. This has trap game written all over it. Overconfident after playing undisciplined Ole Miss. We'll see. I don't know that LSU's ever going to overlook Florida. I mean, going to the swamp. Like, if going to the swamp doesn't get your attention, I don't think LSU's going to overlook Florida. I think Ed has done a great job. I think maybe his best trait has been, even back to 2016, has been getting his team to focus on the game in the moment, not look ahead or back or anything like that. And that's not an easy thing to do. So I don't think LSU is going to overlook Florida. I don't think you can go to Gainesville and sleep on Florida. I do think it's a close game, man. And I hope Burrow's ready and they all protect the football and because similarly to LSU and Auburn, LSU getting a short field a couple of times is what won the game, and protecting the football. You flip it over and you go, okay, well, the only team in the SEC that's doing a better job at taking the football away than LSU is Florida, and they're at home. So, just something to keep an eye on. But I think they'll be focused. If LSU wins this game on Saturday, like if they win this game on Saturday, they're 6-0. At worst, they're number 5 in the country. And then you're going to have number 2, Georgia. 2 versus, if you just take care of business this Saturday, it sets up everything for next week with Georgia coming in to make it, the biggest game since when? I mean, 2015 Florida was a top 10 game, but it didn't really feel like it. It was a great atmosphere, if you remember that. It was like the 35-28 when they had the fake to Trent Domingue. Cragthorpe threw to Trent Domingue. He bobbled it, caught it, and ran it in. Remember, south end zone? That was a fun game, man. But as it turned out, that wasn't a great Florida team. 2012 against South Carolina was awesome. They were number 3 in the country. You beat them. That team had Clowney and Devin Taylor. Yeah, that was a really good South Carolina team they beat. That was a fun atmosphere. The 2010. Well, of course, all the Bama games. Yeah, man, it's been a long time, man. All right, y'all. I think we're wrapping up here. 2011. Catherine, I was talking more about like a home game, but yeah, for sure the 2011 Bama LSU. I mean, that's the game of the century, the 1 versus 2. That'll always be the standard, I think. But I'm thinking about the last time you went into Tiger Stadium knowing like this is a massive game with just gigantic championship implications. All the Bama games have been huge, but just because LSU is just so desperate to beat Alabama. Davis mentioned Arkansas in 2011. I think they were actually number 3 when they came in, and LSU pasted them. But I don't think anybody. Yes, you're right. I mean, that was a 1 versus 3, if I'm not mistaken. But you know what, man? I don't think anybody went into the stadium that day thinking Arkansas was going to threaten LSU. I remember at that point LSU was rolling. They rolled Arkansas. Arkansas got up 14-0, I remember, because who fumbled? Was it Ware? I think it was Ware or Ford. One of them around midfield, took a ball around right end, got popped, dropped the ball. Arkansas scooped and scored. And they went up 14-0 in a blink. And then Tyron returned that punt, and then it was just an avalanche. Like Arkansas, I don't know if they got a yard the rest of the game. Anyway. Yes, I think Steve's comment, Steve, I think you're spot on, man. I think that's the best way to say it. It's been fun watching the Tigers win. They have a long way to go before they look anything like a championship team. I agree with that. And the good news is, it's 7 more games. You know what I mean? It's like you've got time to keep evolving and developing. You hope you just keep checking off wins along the way. But it's true. They got a ways to go too. So, all right, y'all. Let's wrap this up. Boudreaux, y'all do me a solid. Whenever you shut this down, click on there. Oh crap! I got to go back and put it on there. I didn't put it on there today. I'm sorry. You. Boudreaux, like the Boudreaux page. I can't believe I forgot to tag Boudreaux in this. I was taking care of Drew. BoudreauxMix.com. Check out all their stuff. You can pick it up at retailers in the Baton Rouge area. And if where you shop they do not carry Boudreaux, demand that they do. BoudreauxMix.com. All right, Drew, you want to say bye to everybody? You want to say bye? Oh, he's about to sneeze. Bless you. Mama's car. Okay. You want to say bye to everybody?
Mama.
What?
Mama.
Mama's car or Mama's car? Clap hands for Mama comes home. Mama plays clap hands for Drew Below.
Mama.
Ooh. What? Hey, do you want to say bye to everybody?
Mama.
Say bye-bye.
Mama.
Mama does have a car, I know. Okay, let's tell everybody bye-bye. Mimi's going to be here in a minute. Mimi's coming, I promise. Okay. Bye, y'all.